You know, sometimes the most incredible stories aren't written down in books. They're hiding in the things we build, the things we leave behind. Today, we're getting a rare look inside a personal archive, a kind of secret museum where every single object was made by hand. And this isn't just a collection of cool projects. It's a whole life story told through paper, cardboard, and wood. Let's see what it has to tell us.
Think about it. We've all got them somewhere, right? That drawing from when you were a kid, a project you started but never quite finished. But what happens when you lay them all out and look at them together? What kind of story starts to take shape? That's the real question we're digging into today.
And here it is, our first glimpse into that world. It's a little blurry, a little mysterious, right? But what you're seeing is a collection of handmade electronics, a whole stereo system, speakers, even a computer, all lined up against a wall. This is that secret museum, and we're about to explore it, piece by fascinating piece.
Every great journey has to start somewhere. And for this maker, the beginning was, well, about as simple as it gets. We're talking basic, everyday materials.
This right here is the oldest dated object in the whole collection. A simple papier-mâché bowl made way back in 2006. It's a little rough, yeah, but it's colorful, and it's where this whole story of creation really kicks off. It's not about being perfect, it's about the simple act of starting.
Fast forward a few years to 2009, and you can see that creative spark really starting to branch out. I mean, look at these. They're all just simple cutouts from yellow paper. But you've got a smiling sun, some fish, a planet, even a tiny little pyramid. It's just pure imagination, turning one sheet of paper into a whole little universe.
Okay, so this is where things get, well, really ambitious. The maker dives headfirst into what I like to call the Great Cardboard Era. This was a time of incredible focus, dedicated to recreating the technology of the day in painstaking detail.
And wow, does this show you the leap in complexity? This is a Philips stereo system from 2010 made entirely out of cardboard and tape. You can just feel this growing desire to not just create something new, but to really understand and replicate the tech that's all around us. It's not just a box. It's got depth, it's got form, there's a real vision here.
And when you get in closer, the detail is just incredible. Every single button, every dial, every element on that display has been drawn by hand. You've got the equalizers, the little labels for MP3 and aux, the volume knob, even the brand logos. This is an obsession with getting it right.
And that obsession just keeps going. Check out this Dell monitor from 2011. What's so amazing here is that the maker isn't just building the object, they're recreating the whole experience. Look at that desktop screen. It's all hand-drawn, with icons, open windows for my documents, and even the little clock in the corner.
But here's the kicker. That dedication didn't stop with what you could see on the outside. This is a peek inside the computer case. You're seeing hand-colored ribbon cables, a motherboard with all the circuits drawn on, a little paper DVD drive. It's a whole hidden world built with so much care that almost no one would ever even know was there.
And right in the middle of all this serious technical work, you find these fantastic little flashes of personality. This is a tiny handwritten warning label on that DVD drive. It just says, "Danger Laser." It's so playful and imaginative, and it just brings the whole thing to life.
So once you've basically mastered the art of the cardboard replica, where do you go from there? Well, if you're a true maker, the next question is obvious. Can I make it actually work? This is where our creator starts exploring new materials, new challenges, and moving from things that just sit there to things that move.
This timeline really lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the whole evolution. You start with simple paper and paste in 2006, then you hit that huge cardboard boom in 2010, and then, see that shift in 2012? That's the move towards mechanics, understanding how things actually work, and that all leads to the final stage, mastering wood in 2013.
And here's that shift in action. This is a wind turbine from 2012, and you can see it right there. The propeller is actually spinning. This is a massive leap. We've gone from just creating a shape to creating something with function, something that has movement. This isn't just a model anymore, it's a machine. And this electric car chassis, well, it takes things even further. Now we're seeing real electronics. There's a small motor, actual wiring, gears. The goal clearly isn't just to look like technology anymore. The goal is to actually build it. You can see the journey from replica to real working prototype.
And then, in 2013, the move to wood. This simple, sturdy stool might not look as complex as the electronics, but it represents a whole new level of skill.
Wood isn't forgiving like cardboard. You need different tools, more precision, and what you create is something permanent, something built to last.
So what happens when you leave these things alone for years and years? Well, they don't just sit there gathering dust. They age, they change, and in that process, they tell a whole other story, a story about time itself. Okay, let's go back to that awesome cardboard radio. On the left, that's a photo from 2013. On the right, that's what it looks like in 2026. The difference is pretty stark, huh? The cardboard has warped, it's slumped over, the tape has turned yellow and started to peel. It tells a story about how fragile things are, about the slow, inevitable decay of things that were never meant to be permanent.
But now, look at this wooden chest. Again, we're seeing it in 2013 and then in 2026. This hasn't decayed, it has aged. The wood has gotten darker, it's absorbed the years, and gained this incredible character. It's telling a totally different story, one about endurance, about strength, and about permanence.
And after all this time, after walking through this whole anonymous museum, we finally find a little clue that grounds the entire story. On the side of this wooden box, there's a name, Stefan. And just like that, this universal story about creativity becomes deeply, wonderfully personal.
So in the end, what this secret museum really shows us is that it's not just a record of objects being made. It's a record of a maker being made. Each project built a new skill, it shaped a way of thinking, and it left behind a physical marker of a moment in a person's life. The things we make us.
And really, that just brings it all back to you, doesn't it? If you were to open up your own secret museum, what would be inside? What forgotten things are sitting in a box somewhere in your house holding a little piece of who you used to be and telling the story of how you became who you are today?